Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome back. How you doing, Auntie?
Oh my God. This was a technical difficulty day. Okay.
Listen, that darn Instagram, but we figured it out. We are here. I mean, that darn new whatever this is. What is it? StreamYard. This new StreamYard. I'm like, what are we doing? Like, but anyways, welcome back, everybody. We are live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So make sure you hit the like button on both channels. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. How you doing, Auntie Diva?
How you doing? Okay. In the name of Wendy Williams, how you doing?
In the name of Wendy. And since we speaking her up again, here, let's try this again. So, Auntie Wendy, she's been cleared of her frontal lobe dementia following her latest neurologist test. Auntie, our girl is free from dementia. What are we thinking? How are we feeling?
I'm feeling good for her in the sense that I think this conservatorship is messy. And listen, I'm one to watch a movie over, especially when I'm interested and like it. This past weekend on Netflix, I rewatched the Wendy Williams story movie or whatever. It's on Netflix right now. And ironically, how when you watch stuff over, you see stuff you didn't see before. Ironically, in that movie, Kevin, her husband, Kevin Hunter, tried to put her in a conservatorship where he was going to be the guardian. Go back and watch the movie when you get a chance. And I said to myself, there it is. So he is not so mad at the conservatorship. I think he's mad that he didn't get to be the one to put her in a conservatorship. And he for sure would have drained all her money dry. So I'm in that. I call her a person that he had a baby with on Wendy. He was going to they was going to drain Wendy out of her money. They was going to drain Wendy out of her money. Yeah. So it's sad, with everything that Wendy went through. And I'm gonna put aside. I could put aside stuff when I need to put aside stuff for you. I'm gonna put aside the fact of everything people want to claim she did on her talk show. Because listen, any blogger that you listening to in this sector on YouTube, they're giving you celebrity gossip.
Right.
If you love them, why are you hating on Wendy Williams?
I mean, and I would say all the time, Diva, because I love our girl Wendy. Wendy ain't doing nothing that ain't nobody doing at their kitchen table, in their bedroom, on their living room couch. The only difference is she got the boldness to do it on TV. She ain't talking about the people behind their back. She doing it in front of their face for the world to see. Right. So, if this was her karma for that, then we all got some karma coming, because we've all sat and talked about people. We've all spread rumors. We've all done it all. So
every last one of us. So I'm wishing her the best for a year. What I'm hoping though is I'm hoping that we don't see a Britney Spears situation with Wendy Williams. Because Britney obviously needs some type of overseer. And I know the people was hating on Britney father, and the people swore 10 toes down that Britney father stole her money. No, when Britney father took over, Britney was broke, and he helped build back up her empire. And yes, she had to work for it. I mean, she was the talent, so he had to put on the meds and make her work for it. And I get that he might have blocked her from having a baby. But can you imagine? I'm saying this as respectfully as I can. Can you imagine if Britney right now was raising a kid? The kid might be on Instagram dancing in this diaper with her dancing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay.
Listen, we love Brittany, we love Wendy, we love all the people. We just want y'all to be in y'all best minds,
Yes.
to do what's right so that you can live a healthy, good life. Hopefully, if nothing else, this has taught Wendy, a life lesson that the alcohol, the drugs, whatever, it ain't that important. It's not worth it. Get yourself clean, get yourself healthy, and get back to what you love to do, which is entertaining people, even if it's not in a gossiping way. I know Wendy Williams did her tour with her comedy for a little while, and she is a funny girl. I mean, I feel like because of who she is, it would work. So shout out to Wendy. Hopefully we can get over this conservatorship. I've heard that this conservator also has a legal past too, of some illegal things, that she has going on in her life as well. So it's very interesting now all of a sudden this stuff is coming out, but we've been known about her history. So yeah.
That part. Exactly. I agree with you.
So best luck to Wendy. We love you. We rooting for you. Wendy.
Come on now. Speaking of Wendy, I went to Sherry Shepherd show yesterday. That's why I was on Sherry Shepherd. Sherry. And I had a good time. Okay. Got a free cookbook. So hey.
But who has replaced her producer guy friend? Who's in that position now?
We need the inside story. I don't see. Well, let me take that back. Whoever it is, they're behind the scenes. They're not in front of the camera.
So Norman hasn't taken that position.
I don't know. They put Norman out in the trash. Norman was allegedly still there, but we ain't never seen.
I thought he was recently. Okay, yeah.
He could still be there and just behind the scenes. I don't know where Norman at.
Okay.
So we gotta ask about Norman, but DJ Sus is there.
Okay.
The guy who did the audience at the Wendy Williams show is still there now too.
Okay.
So, but I don't know, and according to everybody, John and her are still good friends, all is well, but he ain't on the show no more. Maybe John will be willing to tell us in his Instagram. I don't know.
Well, in the words of Miss E, So on that note. So we'll go into the Braxtons.
Let's get it in. Come on now.
So we are here recapping season 2, episode 5 of the Braxtons, The Queen and I. Now, everybody, if you have not been caught up, the last 2 weeks we had the dinner scene finally when everybody fell out. Tamar had her upset. Toni had her scene. Trina, got her wig pulled and kicked. Towanda got water thrown at her. And Tamar still has not figured out who gave the attorney her address.
No, Royaire. Who gave that man my address?
Who gave that man her address? That's what she wanted to know.
My address.
That's all she wants to know, okay? So on the last episode, the sisters kind of got through all of the, upset and moved on to their own thing. We recently left off at Tawanda's wedding shower, okay? Towanda is having a Bridgerton-themed wedding shower. That is her favorite show, her and her friends. So they have committed to the theme. And so, the important ladies of honor did arrive late, one of those being Trina. And so Towanda has noticed that Trina is really not herself, in these most recent weeks since the trip to Cancun, I believe it was. I believe that's where they went to for her bridal shower or for her bachelorette party. So Trina didn't have any undergarments on under her dress. She came in this big old dress, a wide hipped skirt dress. Everybody was really obsessed with this dress. compliments, and apparently back in that day, women who would wear those dresses, they did not wear underwear. And so when they had to go to the bathroom, the dress was wide enough for them just to squat down and go. Okay. So Trina decided she needed to go to the bathroom and she wanted to try, and fit into the role that she was playing. And so she went and squatted and used the bathroom. Her and Towanda laughed about it, kiki, hee hee, whatever the case may be. The men then arrived, and so Duke Sean and his fellows all arrived. The ladies played a little game at the bridal shower. They got into groups of 4. They dressed Towanda's wedding dress, pretend, in toilet paper. And so they each made their own little dresses. That was, what it was. And then the men also gave the ladies Hermes baby Birkins. So that was a little gift that everyone got at the shower. And then Towanda got a Tiffany box, whatever that gift may have been. So that was Towanda's baby bridal shower.
She didn't show it to us. It was empty.
Okay. Let me throw this in here as well. So we can Oh my God. Okay. Tamar is at rehearsal for her tour. Tamar is preparing to go on her tour within the next month with October London. Tamar is directing her band on how she kind of wants things to flow, how she wants the show to flow, how things go. Tamar tells us that she is 100% involved in everything in her show, from wardrobe, hair, makeup, sound, everything. She is involved in it all, okay? Which I think is very professional of a business person. You want your stuff right, you got to either trust someone to be there to make sure it's all right, or you got to be there to do it yourself. So very smart businesswoman, Tamar. I thought that was a very, nice little detail to know about her, that she is involved. And that is one thing, shout out to my girl, Beyonce. She's involved in everything that she does. And so a star recognizes a star. So we see you, Tamar. We see you. We see you.
You and Beyonce, I cannot. Listen. Kanye said, so Towanda could give out baby Birkins, but she didn't.
I can't.
Ooh, child, y'all be cutting up. Y'all cutting up early today. Ooh, child. Oh my God, I got tears in my eyes.
That's funny.
Tanya, that's what I'm talking about, okay?
That was good, T. That was good.
All right. So, this bridal shower.
Hold on, let me finish this out. Sorry, let me finish this. Sorry. Tamar tells us that this next album is Calling All the Lovers. This is her sophomore album from her first album, Love and War, which Diva, I loved her Love and War album. I don't know if you ever listened to it, but I really enjoyed her album with Love and War. Her recent sophomore album, I've heard some singles. I really have enjoyed them. Have not listened to the album as a whole, but I can never take away. Tamar has a beautiful voice. She works very hard in her craft, and it shows. She's worked with so many artists. Tamar also shares that she feels that Calling All Lovers album did not get the recognition that it deserved, because the year that it dropped is the same year she was doing Dancing with the Stars. She was on The Real, and she had blood clots going on with her health. And so she was unable to fulfill the obligations that she had for that second album. And so she feels that it kind of missed the wave of appreciation that it should have gotten. So this is her next go round to really give that album the love and the appreciation that it deserves. So those were those first two sings. Anything on that?
Yeah, this bridal shower, I get a theme bridal shower, but I don't know. I wasn't. I thought, okay, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I hope Trina didn't really pee. I thought that grossed me out so bad. I was so grossed out by that. It just grossed me out. I thought it was absolutely disgusting. And then, like, how do you wipe yourself, girl? I just thought it was gross. I was disgusted. Okay, I just couldn't even take it. I do like her lady of honor, Jamie, because Jamie is gangster. She ain't no joke.
Mm-hmm.
Jamie is the type of friend you need when you
Yes.
do whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Because what I like about Jamie is she's not gossiping and calling out individuals' names. She's not saying your sisters are dead wrong. She's not saying this one is wrong, that one is wrong. She's hearing the bride's concerns, and she just is like, you know what? Don't worry, I got you. Right? The bottle shower was a sad looking mess. You know what, Tanya? I couldn't get the words out, but you're right. It was just a sad looking, hot, stinking mess. Okay. And what was the baby Birkins? Was it a keychain?
It was like a little bag decoration for your bag, like
yeah, like how they hanging stuff off the bags now.
Mm-hmm.
But why would you get a baby Birkin to hang off like your Coach bag? Like, I mean, it's just, it was stupid. It didn't make no sense to me. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't make no sense to me. And I was like, what is this? Is this a keychain? I didn't get it. But I will say it was nice of Sean to show up. And I can't get used to Sean with this hair. I don't know. Because I know it's not real, it's bothering me. It's just not looking, it's just not blending well with him for some reason, right? But I thought it was nice that he came in with the gifts, okay? They tell you to get me, Royaire.
Y'all know that's true because I was sitting here thinking it, and you literally said it like I'm not gonna put no Birkin bag on my Coach bag. Like I'm not gonna do that.
So you know, it was nice for him to come through. I appreciated that he came through. He had the gifts. He had a gift for her, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, whatever, right? And you know, the games with the dresses, you know, I've been to plenty of bridal showers. That's what they do. Okay, fine, whatever. I did like the way Tamar handled her rehearsal. You understand what I'm saying? I thought it was really good. I feel like she about that business, right? Yeah, she could have kept that gift. I know that's right. You know, I like the way Tamar handled her business, but y'all know I like Tamar. I really do. I mean, you know, Tamar got her stuff with her, but I do like Tamar. I thought she handled business in that scene. There's no more I could really say about that. And I do think the girl has talent. Now, here's what I'm telling you is sad with the sisters. Mm-hmm. Tamar, because Tamar and Toni seem to be the only ones that still do their music, right? Mm-hmm. Tamar and Toni should do a one night only little concert together. But I feel like, unfortunately, because there's so much tension between the sisters, they can't have that. It is very sad. You got a talented family that can't even get together for the bag because of this stupid in the fighting. It's very sad. I think it would be beautiful for those two. You know, Toni do 5 songs. Tamar do 5 songs, then the sisters come out together as a group, and not to go on tour with it. Do a venue where y'all do one night only in Atlanta and maybe one night only in LA, because you know Toni lives in LA, they live in Atlanta, and then just keep it a wrap like that.
And they got to do one in Maryland because that's their hometown where they're originally from.
So do 3, right? And just collect that money and have it be a nice thing that y'all have on the record that y'all did as sisters. They need to stop this fighting and get to the bag. That's all. That's my thoughts on those.
Period. I agree with pretty much everything you said. You know, why do I keep wanting to say baby shower? The wedding shower. It was what it was. You know, I like a theme. Definitely not my type of theme. Right. You know, I felt Trina going to pee is just typical Trina. Trina is always the crazy out-of-pocket sister who just do the most craziest things. So I thought that was right up Trina's alley. The baby Birkins were just hilarious to me. Miss E was fabulous the entire evening. She looked gorgeous. I loved her outfit, and she looked really good. I don't know if this was before or after the heart surgery, but if it was after, mama looked good, okay? You could not tell that she had any kind of heart stents put in her chest. So shout out to Mama E. Like I said earlier, Tamar and her business, I agree with you. She is a talented woman. I think I think sometimes Tamar's immaturity gets in the way and it does not allow her to be as successful as she could. If I can agree with anything that Toni said during this other episode the other week, that Tamar she enjoys being infamous and not being famous. And it shows. And I want Tamar to push the talent more and to let the behavioral sit back some. Let it sit back.
I'm not even gonna get there because you love to get on Tamar.
I do.
I know, but you know what? I think Toni was wrong with that. I really think they just do Tamar dirty. I really do. But we'll talk about it because there's some scenes coming up, and I'll talk.
Tamar is very talented, but Diva, she needs a different kind of therapy.
She does, but don't do that. She's on her Lexapro. She's on her Lexapro, okay? Don't do that.
So, let's see. We go to Trina's real estate business. So Trina is now practicing in the real estate industry. You know, she is at her real estate office. She's got a little real estate situation going on with a comedian who's looking to buy a home. So she's working with him. While Trina was sitting there doing her thing, Towanda and Miss E, they stopped by. Towanda brings Trina a gift, Black Mama Vodka. Obviously, this is something that they are really pushing because this is about the third time I've heard it this season. And then Miss E came in offering hugs and love, okay? Towanda wanted to come and see Trina because she's been feeling, you know, a little different about Trina. She feels that Trina has been present, but not present. You know, she's in the moment, she's physically there, but mentally and emotionally, she's not in touch. And so, you know, Towanda wants to know what's going on with you, Trina. And so Miss E wants to know as well. Trina shares and opens up about Von's congestive heart failure and how it's still, you know, taking a toll on her. And now that she is having to take care of Von and worry about his health, it has caused her to have high blood pressure as well. So they are both trying to get in a space of being healthier, you know, trying to make sure that Von doesn't have to have any surgeries like Miss E has had. And so that's what Trina's upset and worry has been in regards to not having her full undivided attention and really being present, you know, while with Towanda. The girls are supposed to be flying to Miami for Toni's concert to support Toni. And then Toni has a special celebration for Towanda since she missed Tawanda's wedding shower and her bridal shower, or her bridal shower and her bachelorette party. So they're going to be flying down to Miami to celebrate with Toni. So that was pretty much that scene. And then I'll throw this little scene in here as well. We go down to Toni's show in Miami. Toni has a moment with Trina before going on stage for her concert. Toni says that she's very nervous because this is her first show that she will be doing full time, a full set since her heart surgery and everything. So this will be the first time for that. She also shares that she only has herself and 4 dancers, no background singers. So she's really having to put in a little extra work than what she normally would. And they had to change up the show a bit. Trina did offer to come on stage, you know, and do her little shimmy, shimmy, shake, shake. Toni said, we have changed up the routine a little bit, and I don't think the pants are going to work, you know. And so Trina said, well, you know, if Towanda was here, we could really do it. And so Toni asked, where was Towanda? Towanda obviously hit a wall once they landed down in Miami, you know, after all of the wedding planning, the stress she's had going on, being hit by the car. She just had to take a moment to just breathe and rest and regroup herself. So she was not going to make it to the show. Toni got her 15-minute call. She headed to the stage and started her show. Diva, I want to go to a Toni Braxton's production. You hear me? It just seems like it's so entertaining. Like a lot of the shows today, Diva, are very productive. Production
Is it just
wise.
me? Royaire froze for me.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Did he freeze for y'all too? Oh, you froze for a second.
Oh, okay. Am I back?
Yeah, he back. Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying Toni shows, she's an original performer. She doesn't have a lot of, production like a lot of the newer shows have today. And so it was nice to, I really want to see a Toni Braxton show. Like I really, really want to. So I'm going to go on this tour for her new edition, whatever that new tour is for her, because it just seemed like she brings a really, really good show. Toni did ask Trina to come out on stage because she was getting emotional when she began to talk about Angie Stone and her passing. Her and Trina sang together. I can't remember the song they sang together, but they did sing a song together. And so that was pretty much the ending of that show. So anything on those two scenes?
When they went to go see Trina, I thought it was interesting, right? And I did like the fact that finally Trina got to express that, she's concerned about her husband. I think a lot of men, period, they don't really go to the doctor. They don't take care of themselves sometimes. They just run. And, here we are with Vaughn in his situation. My heart, I known somebody that had congestive heart failure. It's very serious. It's very scary. And I'm just praying for Vaughn, that everything works out for the greater good of him. But I hope he really, truly also understands that he got to eat right, lose weight, and just, start to do better, and definitely listen to all of the orders that the doctor said. They brought, what's the name, brought her a little gift. It's nice to see also that I feel like Trina is realistic, right? They have this show, but she also is not going to let herself, fall down like in the gutter and not have money ever again, by doing this real estate, right? And she said, she named the, Faison Love. He does the comedy. She said she's going to show him a house or whatever. And I'm wishing her well in this real estate career. When we do these shows, I love to have fun recapping on Royaire and everything. But on the bigger side of it, we don't never wish any of them like not do well in real life.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm really glad that she gets it. That although she's doing this show, she like, hey, if we TV want to act like they don't want to give us another season, I'm not hanging in the greens here. I'm good. I got this real estate. She does her YouTube channel with the cooking and all of that. So it's nice to see that she's trying to have multiple streams of income so that she's not going to be wholly dependent on WeTV and the Braxton show. So that's what I liked about that. I thought it was nice that, Towanda brought her some stuff for the office or whatever. And that, they brought Mama E along. Help Mama E get this check, okay? So we could get her out of that Airbnb. So anyway, we need to get her out of the Airbnb. Okay, so listen. Now, see, this is what I love about Trina too. Trina is going through all of this with her husband, but she's showing up for everybody. She flying over to Mexico for Tulum to the bridal festivities stuff, right? And then she's also going to make sure to see Toni. And Toni don't change her schedule for nobody. She call you up in a hot minute and tell you that she can't make it for whatever reason. And now she's like, oh my God, what's going on with Towanda? It's Towanda here. Hey, Trini. And that's another thing, Royaire. I promise you, maybe if I get a free moment, I'm gonna go back and look. I don't remember them with all of these nicknames. And I watch.
You don't remember Trini Weenie?
I do not.
Oh my God! You got the. But you know me, Diva. I would watch something 1,000 times.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You are the king of that. You are the king of that. And I have to go back. I'm just giving it the side eye. They need to stop with all of this because I do not remember all of these nicknames. Okay?
No, it's original. It's original. It is.
Okay. I'll maybe accept Trini Wendy, but Oomba and Scratchy and all that stuff, no, I ain't having it. They're going to stop, right? So, I thought, going to see Toni, and I've been to a Toni Braxton concert, and it's really cool. It's really cool. She can really sing, and it's good. And I do think as long as the tickets is not out of control for a year, I will go to the tour with her, Boys the Men, and New Edition, right? I will go see that. So she goes there and she talks about the 4 dancers and no backup singers and all that. And what I loved about Trina was like, whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna do it. That's a sister. Yeah. That's a sister. She said, whatever you need me to do, I'm gonna do it. And I forgot who wrote in the chat, why didn't they let us hear Trina sing? Yeah, Takesha wrote that. Yeah, well, I was like, why didn't they let us hear Trina sing? I was mad about that. Yeah, but I thought it was, I thought it was so sweet of her that she just was there for Toni. And she was like, you know what, whatever you need me to do, I'm going to do it. And Toni called on that stage and she came on that stage. And I just thought it was a good thing. I loved the scene. Absolutely. Loved it.
I love the scene as well. In my opinion, Trina is the sister that has really done the work, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Trina was one of the sisters that actually went on Iyanla Fix My Life with her husband Gabe and her 2 children. And Trina was willing to accept a lot of hard truths that the other sisters, when they had their episode, they were not willing to accept a lot of things. But Trina has always been a very open-minded type of sister. She has always been a very forgiving sister as well. And I feel like she was there for Tracy when she was passing. She was there for Tracy's last breath. So to me, Trina has always been the sister to always be there, always be supportive, always be the real friend, of the sister, which was my confusion. If we're going to jump back for a second, as to why I was so confused, Tamar decided to attack Trina versus the 2 other sisters who have given problems out of everybody. But I was just very confused.
You stayed on Tamar. You stayed.
Yeah, because I'm really Diva. Like, I'm really, really, really trying to make all of that make sense in my head. And it made no sense. Like, you attacked Trina, who sat and said nothing. And then talk about she took a strike at you, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. So we head on over to Miami. After the concert, we have a little yacht, moment that we thought we were going to go on a sail for, but it was very windy when we got out there. Towanda and Trina, they flashing everybody, because they got their little short dresses on and everything. So they do get on the yacht. They have 12 days until Tawanda's wedding. And so Trina starts singing on the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me, and so they had a little singing moment with each other, which that's what we originally met the Braxtons, making up songs, singing together, having fun. So it was nice for them to have a little cute moment together. Toni arrives late yet again. Toni's always late. Toni's always late. So, Toni comes here. Her hair is all over her head because of the wind. So she takes a fork and begins to comb her hair with the fork. Towanda has been, doing wedding plans, since her car accident. So she told Toni, I just couldn't do it last night. I couldn't make it, but I'm feeling much better. That's true, Royaire. Tamar likes to bully Trina. Remember the restaurant Trina opened when Tamar was mean to her about it.
What's the Bar Chicks? What was it, Bar Chicks?
It was Bar Chicks, yes. And she was complaining about Trina's menu and why we ain't got no chicken wings on the menu. Girl, that's not your restaurant. But I digress. Towanda, so she couldn't make it to the concert last night. The captain did come and share with the ladies that unfortunately, because of the high winds, that they were not going to be able to set sail. So instead, they're going to go to Mr. Child's for dinner. And so that'll be another yet failed attempt to celebrate Towanda, but I guess we'll see how Mr. Childs goes as far as celebrating Towanda. We get a small rendition, like I said, of Toni's Always Late. They did a little flashback of all the sisters singing together, which was beautiful. Toni said that she would have been on time, but she had to take a little nap. She was a little fatigued after the concert. She then brought up, Trina going out to pee on herself. And so Trina said, yeah, I did it. It did not get on my leg. That's how the ladies back in the day did it. And so that's what it was. The ladies had a laugh about Toni's bad Spanish to the waiter who was serving them. And so that was that scene at the yacht. And so we could talk about that because these next two scenes kind of coincide with one another.
So, the yacht scene, am I shocked that Toni was late? No. Toni is selfish. She just is. I just think Toni is selfish. And and I get it, you got the heart thingy and whatever else.
We're not gonna talk about people's sicknesses, Diva.
I understand, you know what I'm saying? But I just think she just got all of these excuses. But Toni could be where she want to be at when she wants to be there, right? So you as a makeup, you do this whole yacht thing for her, and then it's bad weather. The yacht can't even pull out the gate. Okay, the yacht can't go nowhere. But the food setup did look nice there. I was sick of hearing about this peeing situation because it just grossed me out. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Towanda gives a lot more grace to Toni than she will ever give to Tamar. Go figure. It just doesn't make sense to me. Toni could screw you over left, right, up, and down, and you forgive her all day long, right? But for Tamar, and according to y'all and everything Tamar says, she got a mental situation, but you won't give the patient, the mental patient, okay, no love, no catch, no break. But Toni could tell you she's showing up, she coming, and she could call you while the event is happening, talk about I ain't making it, and you just sitting there like, okay. And Trina gonna cry for you, okay. Trina the one shedding tears. She all sad because she know how much you want Toni there, and Toni like, whatever, I ain't showing up.
Yeah, it was disappointing to me as well. I do have to agree with you on that, even though there are differences in my opinion. I will agree with you that she does not give Toni the same energy that she gives to Wanda. Maybe because, she just does not. She does not, and it's not fair. I do think that Toni is selfish. I think that Toni has already told us, that if these people were not her family, she would not deal with them, and that is how she treats them. She treats them as if she has to deal with them because they are her family, and it shows. So, I don't know. How do you? And maybe that's why Tamar and Toni are able to get along, because they have that star status and they have that I'm above you attitude versus the other sisters who did not, I guess, make it, quote unquote, as we would like to call it. So let's see. I am 50 gold. Tracy gave us the blueprint on Tamar and Towanda. Toni is selfish, and I agree. Trini Weenie is a confessional speaker that becomes Switzerland.
Oh God! Facts, Weenie. I'm just like, I cannot do this.
Yes. So, we head into our last two scenes of the night. And so I'm going to throw these together, Diva, because you know how they played it. They intertwine it. I love the way they intertwine it, but I can't recap it like that. So I'll do Tamar's scene first, and then we'll do the other sisters, and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah,
so Tamar meets up with her friend Phil. And so Tamar thought that she came to have, some Mexican food today, but apparently they're at an Italian restaurant. And so, she jokes and laughs along with the the waiter, and her friend about it being Mexican, and that's why I ordered a margarita. You ordering calamari. This ain't Italian, but I guess in Atlanta, Mexican can't be Italian and anything else. So shout out to the Atlanta streets. Tamar shared because of her sisters, she can't put the bottle down. She's dove into the drinking. She's drinking and allegedly taking her Lexapro. Now, Diva, I'm no doctor. I'm no nurse. I have no degree in any of those things.
You playing.
But I'm pretty sure you cannot drink and take a Lexapro together. So either you drinking and not taking your medicine, or you're taking your medicine and you're drinking. And those things do not work out. And that would explain Tamar's behavior the other night. So I can give her a pass on that. I understand. Because you can't mix the liquor and the medicine. Tamar normally doesn't drink before her tours, or if she has to sing, so she'll wait a week prior to her having to sing to, stop drinking. And then about a month out, she'll stop drinking if she has a tour coming up. Phil says, if you want to mend your family, focus on doing so. If you can't focus on if not, then focus on your career, focus on Logan, and focus on yourself. Tamar says that she's tired of, trying to focus on her family and getting the same results. Every time she goes back to them, she tries to mend things, she tries to fix things, tries to change them, and nothing happened. Phil feels that, he can't tell Tamar exactly what the resolution is, but this is her family, and maybe she may need some distance from them, love them from afar. Tamar feels that when she cuts her family off, that everybody makes her feel guilty about it, and they pressure her about talking to her sisters, but her sisters and her family are toxic, and they are the reason that she is in this situation. Phil asks what happened, the other night when you called me. All I remember is you being emotional and being really upset. Tamar says that Toni stood up and acted like she was going to flip the table on her, like Teresa Giudice down in Jersey. Tamar said she then brought up the cease and desist and the lawyer situation, and she said we could put 2 and 2 together because 2 and 2 always going to equal 4. Okay? Tamar says that Towanda came over because her and Toni was about to get into a fight. She started seeing red lines, but she didn't see red. She then said that Trina got her lick in, and then she went to grabbing wigs and kicking. Phil said that he feels Tamar and her family really need to make a real attempt to work things out between them if this is supposed to be about the family coming back together. Tamar feels she always has to go back and help them and to do the mending in the relationships. Phil doesn't know the answer, but Tamar can't keep walking in the trauma and the pain of everything that's going on. So that was Tamar and Phil's conversation. And then we get to Mr. Childs. Tony's late again to the celebration to celebrate Towanda. Okay, so here we are yet again. Toni. Okay. Towanda confirms that Tamar will not be coming to her wedding. Okay. Toni asks, is Tamar going to be there? She said no, she will not be. Absolutely not. Toni wants to know if the sisters think that, what they think about Tamar's behavior the other night. Trina and Towanda said that it was unacceptable. Toni was upset at herself and how she reacted to the situation and allowing her emotions to get so involved. Trina feels that at this point, where does she defend herself? If somebody is throwing out allegations and secrets as my sister that we haven't talked about, at what point do I stand up and defend myself, and cover for me? Towanda feels exhausted by the same behavior. She's dealt with Tamar's mental, emotional, verbal, and now physical abuse. Toni said, well, what's the physical? She was unfamiliar with that. And Towanda said that Tamar threw water on me the other night at dinner. Toni said she didn't recall that happening. She didn't remember that. Trina brought up the fact, of the cease and desist and the lawyer. And, if she wants to know who sent the cease and desist, that she can look right on the paperwork. She didn't understand why, Tamar was blaming the sisters for sending the cease and desist. Trina said that Tamar said that she hit her first. And Toni said that she didn't remember it happening that way. Trina said because it didn't happen that way. I stepped in between the two of you. I didn't push anybody. She said, next thing I know, she pulled my hair and kicked me. Toni asked, do we need to have a conversation? Towanda says she's already had the conversation and she's done with it. She shared, her feelings about how Tamar has treated her and, the conversations, and nothing has changed. Trina said, well, what exactly is the conversation looking like? And Towanda reiterated again, this behavior is unacceptable in her life. She's not taking it anymore. There is no more conversations to be had, and that Tamar will not be at her wedding. Tamar did get very emotional, yet again replaying, kind of things that went down at the dinner. Obviously she is hurt by the things she did say. After this, she said she didn't give a F about it and she didn't care. But obviously she does still care. The love is still there. These are her sisters. And so how we're going to move forward as sisters, I don't know. Because Towanda is completely shut down. Trina is stuck in the middle yet again, as always. And it seems that Toni and Tamar seem to be back on good footing again, because as we seen in that live the other week when she was with Birdman, Toni was right on the phone call with him. So I guess Tamar and Toni are back good.
I ain't go 50. I cannot with your accent. Can you remember, what was it, earlier in the year? She was like, she blacked out, her teeth was
just not even
missing.
earlier in the year. This was just right before the Braxtons came out. Apparently she was out with, what's his name, Funky Diva, and she got missing teeth, and just a mess. Man, what are we doing?
What are we doing? A hot stinking
48
mess.
years old, Diva. 48.
That part. Well, let me say this about, and like you said, even though I like the way they balance out the scenes, when you're doing a recap, it's hard to be doing that, right?
Yeah, throw them back.
So
yeah.
I'll deal with Mr. Child at first. I'll give this to Toni. She know how to move forward and move on, right? She know how to move forward and move on. Because she already let that whole dinner go and whatever happened between Tamar and the whole situation. And now she's sitting at the table. She don't quite remember the water being thrown. I'm like, Toni, like, she don't remember the water being thrown. She didn't remember this happening. She didn't really remember. I think Toni blacked out that whole thing out of her, out of her memory or whatever the case may be. I feel like this is a Mama E step-in situation, right? And I wouldn't allow my daughters to, be taking things as far. They're grown. You can't make them do anything. But I think the golden scene that they miss, this whole production, they should have had Mama E sitting down with Towanda to say, I don't care what's going on. You need to let your sister come to your wedding. Okay. She didn't come to the two showers. She's not a lady of honor. But I think you should let your sister be at this wedding. And me as mom, I would have said, she'll sit next to me. I got her. It's not going to mess up your wedding. Let your sister needs to be there, because you may regret it later on, and you're not going to get married twice. I think this was a bad misstep of not having her sister at this wedding. Sisters fight. We know that from Tia and Tamara. And they are a golden twin couple. And they wasn't speaking for a hot minute. The family didn't want this one over or that one over. It was a hot, stinking mess. But we don't know all the details of the scene, but behind the scene of what happened between them. But now they're cool again, right? They're together. Toni Michelle was there, not Toni Braxton. That's why she don't remember.
And there's the facts.
and then there's that. You are correct. You on fire tonight. You on fire tonight. That is facts. Okay, well, that cleaned that up for us, and I accept. Okay, so I just feel like Miss Edo, for real, should step in, right? I really do. And I just think this is a sad missed moment You like Toni Michelle, unjaded. But I just think this is a sad missed moment that is happening between the sisters. And I think that because they keep saying we're doing this for Tracy, we're doing this for Tracy. Well, you're dishonoring and disrespecting the memory of Tracy by continuing to fight and not have a true sisterhood. But Miss E didn't go to her own daughter's funeral. Oh, see, y'all ain't right. Well, y'all gathered me.
Tamar already told us at the beginning of the season that she didn't want to go because it was on her birthday weekend anyways. So
okay, y'all gathered me together. Well, then there's that. So I guess Miss E wasn't a person to be stepping in and talking to nobody. Maybe we need a Papa Braxton. Okay, Papa Braxton should have stepped in, and his wife, because Papa Braxton seemed like he still got his head on his shoulders, and maybe the wife does too. And I don't know. I wonder if the wife was able to
bring
come
the
to the
adulterer in, the liar and the cheater.
Okay. So now this Tamar and her friend, at this dinner, truly all jokes aside, I do feel for Tamar because at the end of the day, I know she loves her sisters. And I know that this is breaking her heart because you gotta put up a strong front of exterior. You like, okay, they saying F me, so F them too. But deep down, it's your sisters that you grew up with, that you shared rooms with probably at one point. Y'all been through a lot together. Y'all was in a group together at one time. And now here you are, that is so much tension and so much fighting between sisters. I have to say this though. Out of all the sisters, I'm really not feeling Towanda. I don't like the stance that she's taking with Tamar. I don't like the way she approached it. She has so much venom and hatred in her heart. But at the end of the day, you can say what you want. Tamar gave you that down payment for that house you and Sean is living in. So do a refi and give me back my money since you hate me so much. So I don't like the way this is going now. I felt for Tamar at that table. And you know what? The men, what's interesting about men? Now, it's not, when I say this, it don't mean it's on the, when she started to tear up, he didn't know what to do. He was sitting there like, oh.
He see through them fake tears. He see through that fake mess. That's why he couldn't even side with Tamar. Like, goodbye.
He was sitting there. He really didn't know what to do. And Tamar claimed, that she just blacked out. She saw red. She saw red that day, and she just blacked out, and she don't even really remember 100% what went on. But to wrap those two dinners up in a bow, I like the way production did it. I do think it's sad all the way around. And I'm hoping towards the end of this season, we have a full circle moment with the sisters, because I'm not liking what's going on right now. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, I'm trying to put I think we was doing it at the same time. Yeah. So why the change with Sean is Tracy knew it, and I agree. And I agree. And let me tell you why I also feel that Towanda is full of it. You use Tracy's son the whole first season. Y'all came back. And now where is he? Where's Scratchy? And I mean that for real. Where's Scratchy? You used him. He was the theme of the whole first season. You love him so much. You were so concerned about him. Why isn't he now on season 2? Let him get a piece of this check. He needs the money. Why isn't he here? He's not here, I heard, because he's made up with his father. And whether you like his father or not, you should be happy that a father and a son found their way back to each other, especially because his mother is gone. So, Towanda, shame on you. And if you want to keep it real, if you really want to do reality, you would let him on. You wanted to really do reality, you would let us see what's going on between you and Tracy's husband. That's reality. I don't like it.
Well, all right. In the words of Miss E.
Okay, come on, Miss E.
Can we just get this one admission, Diva, and then I'm ready to go because I just need one admission from you.
Yes, sure.
I need you to admit that Trina did not strike, hit, nor lick Tamar.
You know, because of the healthcare these days, I cannot go for another eye exam until next year, 2026. That's when I am scheduled to go back to the optometrist, okay? But for what I saw with these glasses right here in this prescription that is in this one right here, she did like this. She did do like this, okay? Because she wanted to get up. Trina did not hit Tamar. Jaden, okay. She did like this. And they kept showing it to us about 7 times. I don't know what part of that is confusing.
I don't know what part of that is a hit, a lick, or a strike. That is not striking someone. Police officers do that anytime that there is a confrontation and they step in between two people. They separate the two people, and that is exactly what Trina did. Trina did not put... So she pushed her, and Trina and Tamar went flying back again. Like, is that what happened? Is that... it was an aggressive push.
Growth and potential. I appreciate you. Trina pushed Tamar out the way. Come on now.
Okay. She was refereeing. Thank you. I would hope that if me and my sister or my brother are getting ready to fight, that one of my other siblings would step up and get in between us and separate us. I would hope that, but I don't know.
But Toni got up in Trina face first, though. She stand up. Toni Michelle bucked up.
She bucked up and got in Tamar's face. Yes, she did. Okay, and Trina came and stepped in between the two of them and did this to both of them. So if that's the case, then she assaulted Toni and she assaulted Tamar. So let's call the police on Trina for stepping in between the two of them and separating them. Because if this were to go to a police report and before a court of law, this is not hitting nor striking anyone. That is not what happened. That is not what happened. And for Tamar to sit there and lie about that, to say that Trina got her lick in, somebody getting a lick in, that's like a punch. Now, let's be real, Diva. Come on now. A licking, Trina got her, that's when Trina got her lick in.
Trina got her lick in.
Oh, wow. Well, you must be drinking it on the Alexa Pro 2 with Tamar.
Listen, Diva don't drink nothing but water and tea and lattes. She got her lick in, okay? When you have a volatile situation, so why didn't you push Toni back?
She did. She stepped in between the two of them and did this between the two of them. And then she turned around and faced Toni and pushed Toni back is what she did. That is exactly what happened. If our video wasn't going to get struck, I would play the clip.
Now, I'm trying to cue the clip up right now.
Cue it up. Cue it up.
I'm trying to cue it up right now because I'm like, I'm literally trying to cue it up.
Thank you, Jaden. Tamar got her lick in, not Trina. What Tamar did, now that was a lick. You kicked me and pulled my wig. Thank God Trina wig was secure that day.
She had to do the charade shifty shift. She had to do the charade shifty shift. Listen, let me tell you something. Toni started it. You don't start nothing, it won't be nothing.
No, Tamar started it because she was the one that first one to slap the glass across the table. That was the first assault that happened. And in the words of Kay, don't you say it no more.
She had to chin check some people. I'm trying to see.
Eddie. No. I don't. Oh, no, I don't have that. No. Mm-mm.
No, we ain't doing that.
No, we're not doing that.
See, what I don't understand is what was the big deal about Tamar wanting to know who gave that man her address? Okay, wait. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pause that so I can see what he's saying. As a 17-year police officer, Royaire is right. Trina did the same to both sisters to break up the fight. No malicious intent. Uh-huh. Tamar bucked in Toni's face, but she did not, Jaden. I don't know what y'all was watching.
Because there was two separate fights. We had the first fight when Tamar got upset and slapped the glass across the table. Then she turned to Toni and was like, "You did say that." Yes.
Toni all leaned back in the chair like this. I'm watching. Toni knows she was not telling the whole truth in this situation.
Yes, Toni, she had her moments.
Toni Michelle is messy. I'm waiting for it to cue up right here. We're going to have to take a little quick hit on this because I ain't playing with y'all.
That's okay. We can do this.
Let's do it.
Let's see. Toni don't want no secrets.
Come on now. That part. Oh, you think it was mentioned?
Well, that's why they bleeped it out. I think his name was the one that they bleeped out. Because if you remember, after they divorced, they started dating again. You remember that? On the show for a little while.
I didn't remember that. Okay. Child, it's going in slow motion here. I'm just waiting. I don't want to cue it up. Toni bucked that Tamar first. Cut to the video. Say, she did. She did. I want to show the exact moment. I don't want to do too much of it.
Too much. Yeah.
Hold on, y'all. I'm waiting, y'all. Give me a moment. Because they going to confessional. I will say Towanda looked good in the confessional where she had the big yellow bow on her.
Yeah, I thought that was super cute. And I really like Trina's sister locks. I think they look really nice.
I think gorgeous. I don't know why she's putting these wigs on. Yeah, she looks better. Yeah. Does it happen after she throws the water? I'm trying to figure out.
After she threw the water. After her first assault.
You after her first assault. You funny. You real funny. Okay. Let me share a screen. Let's see. Let me see. Let me don't okay, I was gonna say don't pull it up yet. Let's see.
Okay.
So I'm about to put on live. Give me a minute.
Well, listen, everybody, we're live on both channels. Make sure you hit the like button on Royaire's World and Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to both channels. We appreciate each and every one of you for being here tonight. At the end of every episode, we like to give our final thoughts and opinions on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Leave your ratings down below in the comment section on episode 5, The Queen and I, and then we'll come to those ratings in just a moment. So just leave your ratings down in the bottom and we'll come to that. Overall, Diva, I'll just go ahead and give mine while we wait in. I'm going to rate this episode 8. I thought it was a pretty good episode. We had some funny moments. We got to see all of the sisters come together and have their final conversation at the dinner table. Tamar gave her side. The sisters gave their side. So overall, I thought this was an 8. They are really doing reality TV this season, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Uh-oh, is my channel?
Okay. Play. Oh, what happened?
Okay. I think it's back up. I don't know. Something's going on. Okay, you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a cue back up. Point. Go ahead.
Yes. So we see already that Tamar has already escalated this situation. She telling people she gonna F them up and F you, but these supposed to be your sisters, okay? So this is the mind frame that we setting up in. Now let's explain this to everybody. We are originally supposed to be here to talk about Mama E's health, okay? We supposed to be coming together as sisters to talk about Mama E's health. That was the original meeting that all of the sisters came to have, okay? That's the original meeting. Then Tamar wanted to talk about her cease and desist because she wanted answers about who sent the address to the attorney to have her served at her door, okay? That's what we jump to next. Then we have a whole situation because the sisters don't agree with her business being attacked. Now she coming out with everybody's personal business. Nobody else told anybody personal business. Tamar started telling people's personal business. Tamar is doing reality television. The cease and desist shows the sender's name. Exactly. So she would have known that the sisters did not send it there. They didn't do it.
Why is it taking so long, Royaire?
Because it was a long scene. It really was. I don't think people realize how long that scene stretched out. Like, that could have been a whole episode, Diva. That one table scene was like really, really good. It's about to come now.
It's about to come up. Okay. Put it up. After the curse. Y'all, I have to show this. Y'all give me a minute.
Diva Royaire Bravo clowns this weekend. Are you going to try to make the hardest meet the Karen girl? Okay, yes! Get your picture so you can share it with us so we can shout you out. These little montages that they've been doing too throughout the season, they really did good with this season's production.
They did. I
really enjoyed it.
All right. They playing us with these commercials right here. Yeah, take it down. They not yet. I think right after this commercial, I think this is when it's gonna go down. And if y'all watch this and y'all play me out, do not play me out. Y'all gotta watch close because it's gonna go like that.
It's gonna go like you are exaggerating.
What did Tamar say? I swear. It's gonna go like that. It's gonna go like that. I swear to goodness. Let me see. Child, they playing us out. Why? It didn't seem like
commercials, right?
And these commercials
I could have put it up on YouTube.
You should have pulled it up. It's almost. We almost there, y'all. Hang in there with us, y'all. Well, but in the meantime, with this episode, I'll give this particular past one. I'll give it an 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it an 8.5. Yes. Because I like the way production is doing this thing. Yes. I like the way it's going. I like the way they're keeping it semi-real, because if they was keeping it real, some more people would be in this situation. But for the most part, they're not making stuff up like some of these other shows to fight about. You know, whatever day, we're not sure, y'all, what day we're gonna do our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. But whenever we do that recap, I will say I feel like they just sometimes they're making stuff up to fight about, which is it's stupid, right?
It's above us. We are above that.
Another commercial right here.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I can't wait to talk about that either. The recap for that, because they did the most. And I'm hoping, you know what, just to say a little bit about Potomac.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, okay, bring it up. Do something, of course. Trina, Towanda is there. Come on. When Tamar bucked up in your face, you wasn't doing all that. Whatever. Y'all still Jaden. I love you, Jaden, but whatever.
Cause he got clear eyes. He can see.
Whatever. I see a concerned family member getting in between. Y'all a concerned family member. I cannot.
Oh my God. that is hilarious. Okay.
A concerned
with you.
Yeah, Toni didn't want them secrets out. Come on, Mel Brooks, holla. Come on. Okay. Yeah. Toni didn't want them secrets out.
Okay, well, I would love to see how Tamar would react if somebody really punched her in the face. Like, if this is what we call a lick, or if somebody hitting you. Okay. Tamar is not about that life. I heard she got beat up in the elevator with.
I ain't fooling with y'all. I ain't fooling with y'all. I ain't fooling with y'all. Jaden, you doing too much. A concerned family member. I cannot. You know, we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree yet again. I thought that you would, see things for what was right, but we understand.
It was a Tamar first, and then it was a little. Okay, Toni, don't do that, Toni. But it was a Tamar. Don't do that, Toni.
Okay, so it was an Alexapro and then alcohol. Alexapro, then alcohol. Okay.
Okay. So yeah.
Well, we'll see here as we continue to roll on through the season how everything rolls out. But like you said, Diva, overall, I am really enjoying the show. They are giving us real reality TV. This is their family. These are their sisters. These are the real life issues of our family. And it's I don't want to say it's nice to see, but it's nice to see, for lack of words, a family showing their real life, issues and problems in reality. So, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm curious to see what'll go forward, coming out of all of this, and how this will work out.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts on this? Anything else?
Yeah, y'all all doing Tamar wrong, but
yeah. Listen, we just called it like we see it. We called it like we see it, and that's what we
keep your head up, boo. Keep your head up, cause the Diva.
Keep your head up and don't get chopped in the neck, girl.
Listen. I love, all honesty, Royaire, I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait until see how the whole season ends up playing out and all of that. I am enjoying it and I'm here for it. And I do hope that their show goes on forever. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all ain't right. I ain't fooling with y'all. I love you, girl. I ain't fooling with y'all. I'm wild tonight.
Yes, but listen, we enjoy y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. If you have not hit the like button on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva or Royaire's World, make sure you go over and hit that like button and make sure you subscribe to both channels. We have been recapping the Braxtons for 5 weeks now, so if you've missed any of our recaps, feel free to go back and catch them. And we are going to be catching up on the Real Housewives of Potomac, so stay tuned and we'll let you know when that will drop. Let's see, Diva, I have you downloaded Tamar's EP. It's cute. It is super cute. I haven't heard all of the songs, like I said, but I have heard a few of the singles and I really have enjoyed it. So what I'm gonna do is I will commit to going back. Diva.
You know what I wish for, yeah? I wish that the artists would allow us to play their music, because it would be nice if we could have like a live, like
listening
party. Because I think if she agrees to it, we could. Maybe we could reach out to Tamar. I mean, what's the worst that happen? She could say no, and we have a little listening party with a couple of songs or whatever.
Maybe we could do a behind the paywall thing. You think we could do it that way?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll figure something out.
Yeah,
we'll figure something out and we'll let y'all know, because that would be super dope.
Yeah,
to have a listening party and hear it live. But what I will commit to getting Tamar's album, her EP this weekend, and I will listen to it, and I will come back to y'all with a real opinion. Like I said, I can separate business and personal. I
Yeah,
love Tamar's Love and War album.
me too.
Amazing, so good. And I think I will enjoy this one, just definitely based off of the singles that I heard. I really, really do. One thing that I love about Tamar is that, come on, Versus. One thing that I love about Tamar is that her album is a story. It's like a storyline that continues to unfold every single. So I will definitely commit to listening to that, and I will come back to y'all with a live report of how that was. So anything before we go, Auntie? Anything you got going on?
No, I had fun. Thank y'all for working with us through the technical difficulties. StreamYard is doing something new. We was trying to figure out how it really works.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to figure it out later. Yeah, it definitely gets a 10 out of 10. It
Yes.
definitely 10
Love
out of 10.
for sure. Love that album.
For sure.
So good.
So
have you seen this new internet album or the visuals that she's got out on her channel?
No, you gotta show me.
She's got visuals. Hold on real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, she's got visuals to this new album that what's that girl's husband?
Her sister husband, Toni?
No. What's her name? Yandy.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I did see that.
Okay.
I saw that. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, let's see.
It's playing.
It says 17,000 views.
Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah. So I wonder if this is related to the same album that she's got going, or the EP.
DC's, yeah. Yeah, I saw it. So
I'll figure that out.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
Yes. But listen, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Listen, we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac, so we'll be back with that. Married to Medicine is on its way November 30th, so stay tuned to that. If you have not heard, Heavenly has been demoted to a friend role, and we have we have a doctor and a nurse who is actually coming on to the show. So we got 2 new ladies who are coming in, and I think it's going to be a really good season. Also, as well, Kimora Lee Simmons is back, baby, okay? I don't know if you ever watched Life in the Fab Lane back in the early 2000s, Kimora Lee Simmons, but she is back, and she's got the whole clan with her. Did you see the preview I sent to you, Diva?
I did.
Gary's in the building.
You know what? I like Kimora Lee Simmons, so I'm hoping this will be a good, little show. We'll see.
I think it is going to be good. I think it'll be way better than who was that? Tamara, Tia. Yeah, I think it'll be way better than Tia. And so we're gonna try to recap that as well. So stay tuned with us. Join Diva for trending topics. You going live tonight?
Yes, about 8:30.
Okay. Join Diva at 8:30 around there for trending topics, and then we will get back with y'all for our Potomac Live. So if nothing else, thank y'all for joining us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Oh, Traders is coming. Portia and Candace. Okay. I'll have to check that out. I really enjoyed Traders. Oh, Diva. Housewives of Atlanta has wrapped their final season for their season 17. They just wrapped. Their cash trip was to Scotland. That's where they filmed Traders. So Cynthia's been dropping a little tea on that too over on Humble Brag. So if you want the details on that, head on over to Humble Brag on all your streaming networks for podcasts. You can check that out as well. I think that's it for tonight, y'all. We love y'all.
Love y'all.
We appreciate y'all, and we will catch y'all next time. Good night and goodbye.
Bye.
Royaire's World.